I'm losing thousands in taxes. Get 0% tax and keep all your profits. Stop losing money to the CRA. Watch the full video on YouTube for all the details.
Welcome back to PolarByte, where we decode the structural shifts shaping digital wealth before they hit the mainstream. Now, if you hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, or crypto in Canada, this may be one of the most important videos you watch this year, because while everyone is focused on price, the bigger story may be taxes, and specifically what the CRA is preparing to tighten in 2026. Most investors think the biggest threat to long-term returns is volatility. It isn't. It's tax drag. Because if your crypto goes up 10 times, but half your gains get exposed to taxes over time, your compounding changes dramatically. And that raises a question very few Canadian investors ask. What if there was a legal way to shield your crypto gains from tax entirely, not offshore structures, not loopholes, not aggressive accounting, but legitimate Canadian registered accounts that can allow Bitcoin exposure with potentially zero tax on gains? And yes, they already exist. The two vaults we're talking about are the TFSA and RRSP. And for beginners, understanding how these work could change how you build crypto wealth for decades. Because the difference between holding crypto in a standard taxable account versus inside a registered structure is massive. Imagine putting $1,000 into Bitcoin exposure. Imagine it becomes $10,000. In a standard non-registered account, that gain may trigger capital gains tax treatment. But inside a properly structured TFSA, that gain may remain yours, tax-free. And that's where most people realize this isn't really a crypto story. It's a wealth architecture story. So how do you do it? For most beginners, there are two practical on-ramps, Wealthsimple and Questrade. And no, this is not about moving your existing wallet into those platforms. There is an important distinction here. You are not putting spot Bitcoin from a ledger into a TFSA. You are gaining exposure through regulated crypto ETFs. And that difference matters, because that is what makes this framework work under Canadian rules. Let's start with Wealthsimple. For many people, this is the easiest entry point. Open the app, select Add Account, choose TFSA, fund it with Canadian dollars from your bank. And then, instead of buying raw Bitcoin, you search for tickers like BTCC or ETH. These are exchange-traded funds designed to track the price of Bitcoin or Ethereum. So while you are not holding native coins for self-custody, you are participating in the price exposure. And for many beginners, especially those prioritizing simplicity, that can actually reduce operational risk. No private key mistakes, no wallet mismanagement, no self-custody errors. And because Wealthsimple offers commission-free trading on many of these products, the friction is low. But there is a second route that may appeal to more advanced investors, Questrade. And this is where things get more interesting. Because while Wealthsimple is built for ease, Questrade gives you more control, more ETF choices, more advanced tools, and potentially one hidden advantage many beginners miss: USD-denominated holdings. That matters. Some of the major Bitcoin ETFs trade in US dollars, and repeated currency conversions can quietly eat returns, sometimes through 1 to 1.5% conversion costs each time. Those costs compound. Questrade can help manage that. The setup is similar. Open a TFSA or RRSP, fund it. Then select your crypto-related ETFs. But now you have broader flexibility around position size, tools, and currency management. So naturally people ask, which one is better? And honestly, it depends on whether you want simplicity or precision. If you're a long-term buy and hold investor just getting started, Wealthsimple may be enough. If you want more portfolio control and potentially manage larger allocations, Questrade may be worth considering. But now we come to the part almost nobody talks about, the catch. Beginners can accidentally step into CRA trouble, because tax-free does not mean unrestricted. This is critical. If you start using a TFSA like a day trading account, constantly flipping in and out of positions, making repeated short-term trades, the CRA can potentially argue you are operating a business inside the account. And if gains are reclassified as business income, that tax-free protection may be challenged. This is what some investors call the day trading trap. And it matters, because the goal of these accounts is long-term capital growth, not hyperactive speculation. In other words, use these structures for your strategic core holdings, not your moonshot casino trades. That distinction could save people major headaches later. And there's another misconception worth clearing up. You cannot simply transfer the Bitcoin you already hold on an exchange or hardware wallet directly into a TFSA. That is not how this works. These accounts generally need to be funded in fiat, then used to purchase eligible securities inside the account. That surprises many people. But understanding that upfront avoids costly confusion. Now, why does this matter, especially now? Because if Canadian regulation tightens around reporting and taxation in 2026, which many investors are watching closely, then optimizing the structure around your exposure may matter as much as choosing the right asset. That's the bigger shift. Investors are evolving from asking, what coin should I buy, to asking, what ownership structure is most tax efficient? That is a much more sophisticated question. And it's where serious wealth tends to get built. Now in the next video, we're going to go even deeper, because opening the account is only step 1. Step 2 is choosing the right ETF, BTCC, FBTC, ETHH, management fees, tracking differences, currency exposure, and how to rebalance them properly. That's where things get advanced. But for today, the objective was simple. Show you there, maybe a legal Canadian framework to gain crypto exposure while potentially eliminating tax drag. So I want to ask you, which platform are you leaning toward right now? Team Wealthsimple or Team Questrade? Drop it below. And if you want the advanced ETF breakdown next, drop a thumbs up in the comments so I know to make it. Subscribe to PolarByte, where we don't just track markets. We build frameworks for surviving them, and I'll see you in the next one.